Welcome back. Now, on our SME segment, I'd like you to all ask yourselves a question. If you wanted to start a business, would you ever think of trying to start your own bank? Well, two amazing women decided to come together and try this out. And today we have Emmanuel Onwubiko representing these amazing women for CASA. He's here to discuss finance and the digital space, exploring the rise of digital banking, accessibility across different social and economic classes, and how the world has evolved. It's great to have you here. Yeah. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Emmanuel, tell us the CASA story. We've heard the Mark Zuckerberg story. You know, you've heard stories of people that have made it big because of an amazing idea. But how did this all come together? Talk to us.
So yeah, Nigeria has come a long way in terms of banking.
Okay.
I think Nigeria is one of the only countries in the world that actually does instant transfers.
Okay.
But at some point in time, it's just natural for humans to evolve. And in our research, we found out that people wanted more. People said, okay, yes, I know we do fast transfers. I know we have competitive savings. I know we have this and that.
Yeah.
But what else? And that is now where human-centered banking comes into play. And that is the niche in which CASA is trying to play a leader role in. Okay,
so now I hear you. I'm just trying to wrap my head around how huge it is for what the fintechs are doing. Basically, the fintech industry started as a buzzword, and then suddenly it became a whole industry in front of our eyes. The founder and co-founder of CASA came together about probably, a year or two ago, I hear. So what was that journey like between the idea, conception, and then the launch?
So the journey has been very interesting. I mean, because at some point in time, we had to even go street to street, SME to SME, businesses to businesses, customer to customers, seeing that, trying to know what their pain points are, what their struggles are. And when we saw all of that, I mean, imagine you're going to a market and you're seeing so many people, not even in the north, just in Lagos here, saying that, oh, they tried to open a bank account, or they tried to use a mobile app, and for some reason they're unable to use the app. Let's say they were trying to onboard, and that close. So, but at some point in time, we started looking into the reasons why. Those were part of the reasons. But so when we then came together, we then found out that people wanted something more. People wanted to interact with payments, not just send money. Let it be a personal feeling, let it be a personal connection with the, with these fintech applications, and that is where human-centered banking comes into play. And that's where we then said, okay, you know what, we can play a leading role in this sector, or we can play a leading role in this niche.
Okay. Now there is this issue of trust. Technology has come a long way, but then it's gone a lot faster than the mindset of a lot of people, and it's hard to trust people with your hard-earned money. So how have you been able to deal with this issue of mistrust, especially when it comes to digital-only banks? Some people are of the opinion that you've not actually started a business until you've put your money in one of the traditional banks. If you're starting a business, would you say that using a digital bank is more sensible than using a traditional bank?
So digital banks are here to stay.
Okay.
First, I think that's one thing I'd like to clarify. Digital banks are here to stay. I can remember, I'm sure when we were all growing up, our dads then, traditional banks, they're taking this this nylon polythene of money, going into the bank. But at some point in time, mobile apps came, which we like to call that, which serves as a form of business-led product, right? But now digital banks are then here because now at some point in time, you don't need to go. I mean, why are you going to the bank to go and open an account unless you want to, maybe you have something major to do in the bank. But now this is becoming digitalized because now we're having on-prem infrastructures are becoming less of a thing, and now we have the cloud, we have scalable technologies, we have AI, we have lots of things, and these institutions and these facilities they empower us to create solutions that don't necessarily need you to be in the bank. That's why digital banks are thriving. Another reason why there's a whole lot of mistrust is because of security. Well, since there's a boom of digital banks, we are also prone to security risks. That's where we, on our firm, we do this exercise, what we call VAPT, vulnerability assessment and penetration testing, to ensure that our customers are safe, their funds are safe, and also we also have a very strong compliance team that allows us that ensures that regulatory-wise CBN-wise, we're compliant.
But you have to agree that the mistrust came from somewhere.
Yes.
It came from a place where a lot of companies started and folded up. Maybe they were real companies, maybe they weren't, you know, when it started. But a lot of people have entrusted financial applications, even in some cases, fintechs themselves, with their money and lost it. Yeah. What do you say to that?
So a lot of organizations, they don't really know the power of what they're creating.
Okay.
That is why sometimes it can be mishandled, because there's a difference between, oh, I want to create an application. It is different from when real users are making use of it. Okay. Those are two different experiences. It's something I even tell my team. Okay. Remember when we were building the product, I always tell them the work has not started until real people try to use your bank to send money here and there. Okay. So sometimes most of the major reasons why people fail, or most of the reasons why we see digital banks close down, is because sometimes they don't really know the power of what they're holding. Okay.
Now, you mentioned AI earlier on. How are you leveraging AI with your platform?
So AI is not just, AI is something that we have to live with. Okay. It's something that we can't even escape. We must make use of it at some point. But currently, we use AI for our fraud monitoring. We also use AI, so in the sense that if somebody is making, AI kind of analyzes internally, let's say somebody's tier level, your money, you know, somebody sends in money, but you're not on the appropriate tier level, and also mitigate for compliance issues. Okay. So also use AI for data analytics within our tools, also for cybersecurity as well. Okay.
So, you know, we've mentioned a lot of technical things here.
Yeah.
And I feel like the traditional banks are making a larger percentage of their money from people that do not understand all this technology and on all this big English we've said here today. They don't understand AI. They don't even understand digital banking, how it works. But you're telling them to trust it, right?
Yeah.
So how are you able to manage your customers that are not so tech savvy, potential customers that are not so tech savvy?
So that's still that still falls under the human-centered banking. Okay. So there is for every simplicity you see, there's a certain level of abstraction that's been taken care of by us as well. So so anybody can pick up the app, right, and still make use of it, still on board, is as seamless as possible. Okay. Yeah, so what we got, whether you're tech savvy or not, you should be able to get around with the app.
All right. So when it comes to applications, a lot of applications have been considered tedious to function. They're not so user friendly. You know, you mentioned that you went through quite a lot of processes over the past 1 year to make sure this doesn't happen. What were the most interesting things you've added to your platform that make it easier to use?
So one of the key features that we've added is our Snap and Pay feature.
Snap and Pay?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
So I don't know if you've seen that it's a common trend, because when you go to the average SME store, most of them, when you go there, you want to get something. Back then it used to be, okay, give me your account number, let's transfer. But because of the volume, or the large volume of customers they're having, there's something they did. They wrote the account number down, wrote the bank down, and pasted it on the wall. Sure. So now instead of you to go and just typing or asking the SME owner or the business owner, where's your account number, or you could just snap it and pay for it. Okay,
so like literally, even if they wrote it in Biro, if they printed it, if I take a picture of it, that's it?
Yep.
And this is an AI.
It's powered by OCR. What we call it, optical character recognition. It's just a technology.
Okay.
It's just a technology, yeah.
So it just recognizes that this number belongs to a bank account.
And it also does a validation as well.
Interesting.
So it gets your name, gets your account name, then CASA takes the rest.
So that has taken at least 3 minutes off of, because some people need their glasses to even see what they wrote on the wall, and then need the glasses to even find the number in their phone.
Yes.
But now this also is dependent on internet.
Yeah, it's also dependent on the internet connection.
Right?
Yeah, it's also dependent on that as well.
Okay. So I want you to be honest now. When you've approached SMEs with this product, what was their first reaction?
So no, we've just launched.
Okay.
Right, so we've just launched, and we're also internally we're also building a product specifically for SMEs. This is just, let's say, this is just us trying to make a statement that we're here, we have arrived.
Okay.
But there's a specific product tailored only for SMEs, which is still being built. So it is going to come packed with a whole lot of features. Snap and Pay is just one of many of them. All
right. Now this sounds really interesting. I can only imagine what people's reaction is like when they actually literally take a picture of a number and then it appears straight up in their banking app.
And the feature, we're also going to keep improving on the Snap and Pay feature. It's not just like we just launched it.
Of course.
It will always be improved too. Yeah.
So now, obviously, this needs a lot of educating. The people need to hear about it. What sort of things have you been doing to educate people about the process as quickly as possible?
Yeah, so we have a blog, Casa Connect, which is supposed to educate people on financial literacy, how to grow their wealth with Casa. And also we'll also be doing some of these things on our social media platforms and creating trends about it.
All right, fantastic. Now I'm so interested in this, especially since it's a fresh idea, brand new, and of course the founder and co-founder are women. I'm also really interested in that.
Yeah, women supporting women.
Women, yes, indeed. The fact that this idea is coming about now, I think it's timely as well. And really, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
With this particular platform.
Thank you very much.
All right, well, wishing them well. And you've probably wondered about doing something bigger than you before. This is one of those ideas that can be bigger than you, especially when you're doing things that are human-centric. All right, if you have questions or comments, use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC and let us know your thoughts. We're going to be taking a quick break now. We'll be back after this.